All right. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing great. So I want to use this opportunity to, send this message across to all Africans. We are all Africans, and we are Africans before we become anything else that we are, anywhere we found ourselves. But I would want to pass this message. It is time we start uniting ourselves because something happened. Something drew to my attention that warranted this video. I live in the Gambia and I've been living here for almost 15 years now. And since I've been living in the Gambia, I've seen how immigration officers in the Gambia embarrass and harass fellow African citizens. I mean, West African citizens. If we are West African citizens, I think there should be respect for African citizens in any West African state. But in Gambia, the reverse is the case, and it's becoming something that warranted me to come on camera to say this evening. You know, the reason why we are not united in Africa is because of tribalism. I would call it tribalism, and as well, we are not being we don't love each other. We don't carry each other along. We don't cherish each other. The worst part of it is that these immigration officers in the Gambia, when they see white people like Europeans, and when they see Lebanese and Indians, they bow for them and worship them and even make them look like as if they are above the law. But when it comes to their fellow Africans, like fellow West African citizens, they attack them, embarrass them, dehumanize them, throw them inside the bus, even pregnant one. I saw a video where a pregnant woman was thrown inside a van, and this West African lady is a Sierra Leonean. So this got my attention. I was like, what is all this? Is when you come to Nigeria, I mean, for instance, let me use Nigeria as an instance. I'm a Nigerian, right? But I've been living in the Gambia for the past 15 years, past 15 years. Okay, if you come to Nigeria, once you cross the border, I know that our border is very tight. Nigerian borders are tight everywhere, both the land border and the port of entry, the airport is very tight. But when you cross the border and enter Nigeria, trust me, you're a Nigerian. You can never see immigration officers on the street embarrassing people. We don't even know who is a foreigner. When you enter Nigeria, you become automatically a Nigerian. So the same thing applicable. I've traveled to several countries in West Africa and other African countries. I've never seen immigration officers, loitering about on the street, embarrassing people. Even country that does not even have oil, that survive by tax as well, like Gambia. I've never seen them, on the street embarrassing citizens and subjecting them to inhuman condition and all that. I mean, we are West Africans and we should show love to ourselves and embrace ourselves, respect ourselves. And the worst part of it is that when it comes to law, and for instance, I've been living here and I've experienced a lot. When it comes to law, when you have an issue in Gambia and you go to police station as a foreigner, your case will be treated differently. But when it's a Gambian, their case will be treated differently. This is uncalled for. This is discrimination and this is abuse. I would call it a xenophobic kind of attack on your fellow Africans, West African citizens. I mean, there's no country on this earth that will survive without migrants. There's no way. No country will survive without migrants. Just for instance, look at America today. America has American Indians, American Chinese, American Hispanic Americans. They have Black Americans. America have almost all the race. But at the end of the day, they are all Americans, and they made America great, right? So why not we Africans start loving ourselves, start embracing ourselves, start cherishing ourselves and respecting ourselves? I mean, this is becoming too much in the Gambia. I said it on my live broadcast yesterday, and I'm repeating it again on a normal video because it has gotten to my nerve, and I've been seeing reports of these immigration officers embarrassing other West African citizens. This is uncalled for. This is uncalled for. This disrespect is just like, for instance, me as a Nigerian, I cannot even cross the Malian border, without paying 10,000 sefa. As a Nigerian, West African country, I cannot cross Malian border without paying 10,000 sefa. But every other country in Africa pays 1,000 sefa. These are discrimination that is meted on your fellow African brothers. I mean, we should start loving ourselves and embracing ourselves. This is uncalled for. No, if nobody will say it, now let me just say it anyway. This is too much. Immigration officers in the Gambia, take caution and be respectful to your fellow African brothers. Most of you, your relatives are all in Europe. Most of them are in Europe, America, and other African countries. They will never be, be subjected into the kind of condition you guys are subjecting your fellow African brothers in the name of asking them for permit. I know every country has their law, but please, if you're a foreigner living in the Gambia, make sure that you always pay your permit. But that wouldn't warrant an immigration officer in the Gambia to embarrass a West African citizen. This is becoming too much. This is becoming absolutely too much. It's too much. If Barrow will not say anything about this, if this thing continues, other African countries will start, taking laws into their hand in other African countries against Gambians. I mean, let's show respect to ourselves. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.